show, Five Stripe Fam. I'm AJ. And wherever it is you get your pods, subscribe, share, and leave us a good rating. Welcome to another episode of Five Stripe Weekly, and Atlanta United fell 2-1 to Inter Miami in Fort Lauderdale, and a former haunted us in Josef Martinez. Yeah, the King, El Rey, he was able to bag a brace against us, and it just seemed inevitable when he came on just a minute in. But before we get into that, the lineup looked a little bit different. Westberg came into goal. You had Sejdic come in as well for Mateus Rossetto. And Chol, of course, started up top again. You also saw Araujo not make the start. Derek Etienne started on the right. And we had some chances. We looked okay. In totality, we had 17 shots to their 9. But at the end of the day, we just did not have it in the final third. Only one goal, of course. But we looked like we had the I think in terms of possession, in terms of a bit of control, but the problem is that we gave away a cheap penalty. Matrop Chol in the box, very rash challenge. Some people even suggested that it wasn't a penalty. I disagree. It was definitely a rash challenge, and it was 59th minute. Josef Martinez had just come on, and who else but Josef Martinez to take it against Westberg? And Josef Martinez, very clinical on the penalty spot. So it is frustrating. But then, just a mere 16 minutes later, Josef Martinez, he was able to get in behind, making a diagonal run to the near post. And it seemed like one of those vintage Josef Martinez goals where he was able to find that space in behind, and he was able to pretty much slip it in past Quentin Westberg. And it marked the 100th goal of his MLS career. It's just really, you can call it serendipity, you can call it fate, you can call it whatever you want. But the fact that he did it against us is just mind-boggling to me. I mean, it's just, like I said on Twitter, the film writers union is on strike right now, and this happened. Like, make of that what you will, man. It is just, it is Hollywood type shit. But but we were down a goal with about 7 minutes of stoppage time remaining. There were 99 minutes of this match, plus though some more stoppage, but we could not find another goal. Our goal came from Gutman, who it seems like he's able to always find that energy, that that will to get us back into the game. And on this goal, after we were trailing 2-0, Brooks Lennon, he was able to find from the corner kick to find Andrew Gutman. And Andrew Gutman, he was able to find a nice header. And it's his first goal of the season, Lennon's 4th assist of the season. But we tried. We definitely, without Yorgos Giacomakis up top, it looks dire. We can't put goals in from the striker position. Matrop Chol, he had a sitter. He puts it out wide from a corner. Miguel Berry comes on. Nothing really doing there. Araujo, he came in second half. He put in some balls behind, but there wasn't anything from that we could find in terms of a final ball. Yeah, this ultimately was our second straight loss in MLS play, and it's just it's a bad stretch of 2 weeks for Atlanta United. Really, really dire results. Performance don't look inspired, and yeah, especially away on the road, it seems like we aren't adaptable. We don't, we're always trying to play one certain way, and yeah, we'll get caught out at times with some, kind of boneheaded mistakes and whatnot. But ultimately, yeah, we are shipping a goal a game at least, and that's very, very worrisome. And I think it stems from the midfield not being shielded properly enough. Yeah, I guess. One could say that Franco Ibarra was somebody that was properly shielding it. Santiago Sosa still coming into his form for the season, but it's we just lack that sharpness in the final third as well. We just cannot put the ball in the back of the net from the forward positions at the moment. But yeah, I think that's good to wrap up that Inter Miami match. If you want to see more in-depth discussion, head over to the YouTube channel and watch our live post-match with the fan reactions. We lament and we are able to delve in really in depth there. But so Atlanta United, they will play Charlotte FC this coming weekend, and I'll have that preview for you later on in this episode. But let's get into the news. Atlanta United are fourth somehow still in the East. Just 3 losses. So, we're just under Nashville SC and just above NYC FC. It's a very forgiving league. You can tell you can have essentially 2 bad weeks and still pretty much be near the top of the table. But on Wednesday, Caleb Wiley, he was announced that he was called up by the U.S. Youth National Team, the U-20s, for the 2023 U-20 World Cup. And the tournament takes place May 20th to June 11th and will be played in Argentina. And Wiley, he said, "I think it's just how far I've come," quote, "I never expected to be part of the senior squad this early in my career, and so you start thinking about all the little things that I've done in my soccer career, even in the academy days, and how it's led up to that point, and how important they are." And unfortunately, this call-up means that he will miss some games. It will be... he will leave following the Charlotte FC match, and it will be, some games that he will be missing. That will be a miss for sure, as he's been a starter pretty much for most of the season. So Andrew Gutman, Derek Etienne, there will be a little bit heavier of a reliance on them while he's out. But MLS, they announced 2 changes to Atlanta United's regular season matches. The match against the New England Revolution at the Benz on Wednesday, May 31st, will now kick off at 7. It was originally scheduled to kick off for 7:30. Not sure why that's the case yet, but... And then the road match against LAFC on Saturday, June 3rd, will now either be played on either Wednesday, June 7th, or September 13th on that Wednesday. So, that day is contingent on LAFC reaching the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup. It does seem like, it will conflict probably. And as well, of course, they're just doing really well this season, LAFC, and that's just the annoying bit. So, they're having a lot of their matches kind of have to be moved. So, and that affects ours. So if you were going to go to the LAFC in June, or go to LA in June, now that is done. Moving on from that, Aiden Torres becomes the first product of the club's regional development school initiative to sign a professional contract with Atlanta United. He's also a product of the Gwinnett Soccer Academy, and he's been impressing at every level so far. He's a midfielder, more of a defensive type, but Carlos Bocanegra, he mentioned that Aiden is a talented young player who has continued to progress throughout his time in our academy. We're excited to have him join Atlanta United 2 and compete in the MLS Next Pro this season as he takes his next step in his development. And he's yet to make his 2's debut, but he's trained with both the first and second teams. Really, really young kid, pretty much, man. He was called up for his first U.S. Youth National Team training camp in January with the U-16s. So, he's got a big future ahead of him, and it'll be very exciting to see how he will grow into not only Atlanta United 2, but possibly in the future for Atlanta United. So, also in the news, it's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and Tyler Wolf, he's one of our players that has some Asian heritage, comes from his mother's side. They are Filipino, and Wolf said, "I'm pretty close with my grandmother, and she's been back to the Philippines a few times since coming here. I've heard it's beautiful there. I want to go there one day, visit, see the culture, see the people. My grandmother has been here for a while, so I like to say she's been Americanized, quote unquote, but she'll cook, and we'll have some friends over, family gatherings. I know get-togethers were a big part of what she did there when she was younger." So, moving on to Atlanta United 2, they fell 3-2 against Inter Miami 2 Sunday night at Drive Pink Stadium. Unfortunately, a double loss there this season. But, Tyler Wolf, he scored his first goal of the season, while Kareem Tamimi scored his second goal in 2 games. Atlanta United 2 will return home, playing May 14th against Crown Legacy FC at 5th Third Bank Stadium. So, it will be, I think you're sensing a theme probably if you're catching on that, the pro club will be playing, or the first division club, as well as the second division club usually play against each other in the weekend. But that does it for the news and gets us to the match preview. And Atlanta United 2 will be playing Charlotte FC 7:30 Saturday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Charlotte right now, they're 12th in the Eastern Conference. 3 wins, 3 draws, 5 losses. And luckily, though, last match they won 1-0 against Orlando City in the U.S. Open Cup. That's good to see. I think if you put a hierarchy of teams that Atlanta United dislike more, it's probably Orlando City on the tippy top there. So, we'll laugh at Orlando City as they bow out of the U.S. Open Cup. But this team under Christian Latanzio, they've pretty much installed a city football group kind of inspired system with emphasis on pitch control. And pretty much, they are a team that are trying to play kind of with the ball and all that, but it is not going the best for them, obviously. But the DPs that they have, of course, you have the key acquisition there of Enzo Copetti, the goal scoring number 9, to pair up top with Swiderski. As well, Ashley Westwood, veteran English midfielder. He also joined the squad this past offseason. And Bill Tiluma, he's a defender for them coming from Portland. But key departure from last season, Jordi Alcivar and Daniel Rios. A couple of players that were didn't quite cut the mustard for them, and didn't do too much for them this past season. But getting to the predictions from from the pundits around MLS for their season, they were penned to finish as high as 5th and as low as 13th. So there's a large fluctuation on the predictability of their season, it seems like, yeah, they're probably mid-table at best. But yeah, right now, of course, they're in 12th. It kind of goes in line with a little bit of the predictions here. But of course, last season, for them, they finished 9th in the East, just out of the playoffs, and we beat them earlier in the season at home. So, getting to LA United and our available players and unavailable players more so. So Alonso still in and around there, hasn't really factored into training yet, so probably not going to make the squad. Braguzan, of course, still out with his torn MCL. Ibarra, Yorgos Giacomakis, and Araujo are training with LA United on Wednesday at least. And so, they might play a part in the weekend. We will find out. But yes, so that gets us into our predicted starting 11. Westberg being healthy, he'll start between the sticks. Lennon, Robinson, Purata, Gutman in that back line. Ibarra, Sejdic for me. I think Sosa loses his spot here. I think we've seen that Ibarra does play really, really well with Sejdic. Into the attackers, Luis Araujo, Almada, and Wiley make up the midfield there. And this is the biggest question: who is going to start up top? I think we need to score, and this however many minutes that we can get from Yorgos Giacomakis, let's do it. He's going to start, and if he needs to come off in the second half, then by all means. But if he can work his butt off for the first half, I'll take it. I will take it. Hopefully he will score a goal. 6 goals in 6 starts. Hopefully that's the case. Knock on some wood. But so that gets us into the score prediction. I think it's a 2-1 scoreline. It's a W for Atlanta United at home. Charlotte, I think, will not have enough to be able to win against us at home. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. But that pretty much does it for the entire episode, except for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, should Gonzalo Pineda play differently on the road versus at home? I mean, should it be a little bit more adaptable? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Looking forward to what you have to say. But guys, that is the episode there and there. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. I've been AJ. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.